The USA Swimming Olympic Trials are underway. We welcome you to the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. The family and the fans are making their way to their seats, and the swimmers are going through their final preparations. Good morning and welcome to Deck Pass Live. I'm Caitlin Santano, and who could ask for a better location? Just a few meters from the edge of the pool. Last night couldn't have been more exciting evening to kick off the Olympic trials. We got started with the men's 400 IM, and wow, was it a show. Chase Kalish qualifies for his first Olympic team. And then probably the biggest surprise is when Jay Litherland came in second and beat out Ryan Lochte for that spot. Then we moved to the men's 400 freestyle, and that too was equally as exciting as Connor Yeager and Connor Dwyer finished first and second, both of them qualifying for their second Olympic team. 400 IM, Maya DiRado. Wow, what a strong and commanding performance she had, and how amazing to watch somebody qualify for their first Olympic team. Equally as impressive, Elizabeth Beisel finishing second and now qualifying for her third Olympics. All right, note to the viewers, the winners are confirmed members of the Olympic team. And while the second place swimmers have always qualified in the past, it is a bit of a numbers game since the men's and women's team both have 26 spots available. Once some people earn double spots, that will create enough room for the second place finishers. All right, did you follow all of that? All right, and tonight's finals, this is gonna be so exciting. We have the women's 100 fly with Dana Vollmer and Kelsey Worrell to look forward to, and then the men's 100 breaststroke. This is gonna be an exciting race. Of the 8 top qualifiers, 6 of them all swam under a minute. Kevin Cordes breaks an American record in semifinals, and Cody Miller comes in an impressive second. So a lot of fast swimming to look forward to tonight. It is an exciting day here on the pool deck, and we have so much to cover. But we got to get this party started this morning. I am joined with Dominic Meichtry. Dominic is a 3-time Olympic swimmer for the Swiss team, but today his role is a little bit different. Today he is swim husband of Jessica Hardy. Dom, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Thanks for having me. And Carolyn, yourself, and Ariana are doing such a great job.
Oh,
I got to commend you for that.
All right, so I think this is going to be my biggest challenge. Dom and Jess are one of my good friends, so I got to pull it together for this interview. So let's keep it professional, Dom.
Let's do it.
So you're here at the Olympic trials. How many of the Olympic trials in the U.S. have you been to now?
I've been to 3. So I was the one in 2008, 2012, and then this time. So 3 different times, but every time is equally as impressive.
Now, what's the difference between our Olympic trials and the Olympic trials for Switzerland?
All right, so I was actually talking to my parents because they flew in for this meet too to support Jess. And so at Swiss Olympic Trials, we have maybe 500 athletes that compare, so
wow.
A lot less compared to the 1,400 that are here. And
right.
We have maybe, if half of those parents show up for it, I think it'd be good. In Switzerland, swimming just doesn't have that kind of reputation as it does in the States.
Sure.
In the summer it's usually soccer or football, and in the winter it's skiing. So
yeah.
It's just a little different. But yeah, it's awesome to be here.
So now, you were a swimmer, you swam at Cal, you're an Olympian, 3 times there, but now you're sitting in the stands and you're watching your wife compete. What are you like in the stands? What are your emotions? Are you cheering? Are you quiet? What is your role in the stands?
Well, I'll be sitting next to Jess's parents and my parents. I'm gonna be really, really quiet. Because I know what it's like as an athlete.
Sure.
And now, being in this role as a husband and not really having my fingers in the pool anymore,
sure.
It's just a whole different ballgame. So I'm finally kind of realizing what I put my parents through for a little while.
Yes.
And so, when Jess is competing abroad, I wake up super early in the morning so I can support her the best I can. But I'll be probably really quiet. And to be completely honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if I just go into a little corner myself and just watch the race on my own and not around anyone that I know.
Now, do you get more nervous watching her than you did competing yourself?
I think now I do.
Okay.
Just because I know those 2 roles. I think that it's just I have no hand in it,
Exactly.
And that's what's nerve-wracking.
And all you can do is support her and just be
throw
there for her.
as much good voodoo at her as possible.
I love it. All right, so let's talk about when swimmers go through a taper. Like my mom used to joke, she's like, Caitlin, I can't stand you on taper, you're way too hyper. What is Jess like? Because I had all this energy, you know, you're saving, you're getting ready for a big race. What is Jess like when she's tapering?
She's just spastic. She has so much energy inside of her. And I mean, you know her personally too. I mean, if it's taper or not, I mean, she's all over the place in a good way, of course. During taper, I think that she just needs to be careful that she doesn't hurt herself.
Sure.
I always would joke that I want to put her in bubble wrap because she always has a tendency to start swinging her arms and all of a sudden she's hitting like the kitchen table by accident or something. It's like, what's going on? But we try, so this past week we took our dog Duke for walks every night to make sure, and we did that together just to clear our heads a little bit and, you know, spend some quality time with each other.
All right, so we only have time for one more question. I know we could talk all day. This is a really, really important question. All right, you ready? If you and Jess got on the blocks right now, you versus Jess, 50 breaststroke, who would win?
Oh, not a question, she would, but I got a good story. So, when was it? It was on Friday morning. We went to the Belmont in Long Beach, and Jess asked me if I wanted to race a 15 meters sprint, just pushing off the wall. So I was like, all right, I mean, I got nothing to lose here. So we did it, and she's like, were you even trying? So I'm like, are you kidding me? This is so embarrassing. Yeah, of course I was trying. Like, you weren't trying. You're just making a show out of this. So she beat me hands down, and I think she's feeling pretty good. She's nervous, but she's happy to be here at her fourth Olympic trials.
We're so excited to watch her. Thank you for being here today. We'll definitely be rooting for Jess.
Thanks for having me.
All right, looking forward to seeing Jessica Hardy in the 100 breaststroke this morning. We have a full slate of prelims this morning. Carolyn Joyce will come join me in a few minutes to preview today's action. One of the swimmers we will be talking about for sure is Katie Ledecky. We asked USA Swimming high performance consultant Russell Mark what to expect.
And it is Katie Ledecky. Missy Franklin cannot close in on her. Coming down to the final 5 meters, and at the wall it will be Katie Ledecky getting the win. Missy Franklin second.
Katie Ledecky is the total package. She works tenaciously hard. She's driven. She's technically extremely sound, and then she knows how to manage that, and at the end of the race, when she's in the fight, she's going to find her way to get to the wall.
All right, I'm joined here now, I'm going to call her my swim expert, Carolyn Joyce. Carolyn, thank you for joining me today. So we just saw a little bit about Katie Ledecky. Let's get into today's event. So we're going to see women's 400 freestyle. What can we expect?
Obviously, we can expect to see Katie Ledecky out in front. You know, she's the 2015 World Championship gold medalist. She's our current world record holder. I think this race is really going to be a race for second place.
Sure.
And I think that's going to come down to probably Allison Schmidt and Leah Smith. Schmidt coming off a couple personal issues over the last couple years, but coming on really strong in the last 12 months. And then Leah Smith coming off several NCAA titles in the distance events this past March. She's had a great summer, been very consistent. So I would say let's look for a race between second place with those two ladies tonight.
All right, so going back to Katie Ledecky, obviously she just needs to get a lane for finals, top 8. What do you think she does this morning? Do you think she takes it easy? Do you think she just works the last 100? What do you think her, game plan will be? Do you save energy and just, go for it in the evening, obviously? Or do you kind of put up a really fast time this morning?
Katie can definitely conserve her energy, but historically, when she's done that, she's still actually broken a world record. So I bet she's going to be excited just to get her first swim underway. But I think that she has a lot of swims coming up. So we'll see how much energy she really puts out this morning.
Interesting. All right, so 100 backstroke women, what should we look forward to?
100 backstroke women, I think it's going to be a great race. We have 2 Olympic gold medalists in this event racing. We have Missy Franklin, the 2012 Olympic gold medalist, and then we have Natalie Coughlin, the 2004 and 2008 gold medalist. Natalie hasn't really swum this event much in the last 4 years, but when she has, it's been phenomenal. Another person to look out for, I think, is Olivia Smoliga. Olivia has broken that magical 1-minute barrier over the last couple months, and I honestly think this is going to be anyone's race tomorrow night.
So the women's 100 breaststroke, we just talked about Jessica Hardy for a while. Who else should we keep our eyes on?
Women's 100 breaststroke. So we have Jessica Hardy, we have Bria Larson, the 2012 trials champion in this event, but then we have some newcomers. We have Swim Mac and Columbia grad Katie Miley, who's going to be very good. And then we have freshman Lily King out of Indiana, and then Molly Hannes from Tennessee, all going to be contenders in that race.
So exciting. There's going to be a lot of fast swimming from the female side. So let's get to the men's side. Men's 200 freestyle. I have to admit, this is probably one of my favorite races to watch. Just so exciting. It's always such strong, powerful swims. What can we expect?
Men's 200 free. Well, we're not going to see Michael Phelps in his first race of the meet.
That's a big
yet.
Shocker, right?
Yes, Michael has scratched this event.
Interesting.
There is a rumor that he might time trial, but we don't have confirmation on that just yet. But when it comes down to, the finals at the Olympics in the 4x2 relay, Michael's not really the kind of guy that you leave off the relay.
Sure,
so I wouldn't count him out for that relay.
Definitely.
But then we're going to see Ryan Lochte, obviously coming off a disappointing 400 IM last night.
Right.
He did pull his groin, so he's been nursing that. Hopefully that doesn't play too much into his 200 free swim.
Right.
But a couple other people that I think are going to be great are Zane Grothy, Connor Dwyer, and possibly Connor Yeager coming all the way down to that 200 distance.
Right. So we talked about Ryan Lochte, who wasn't the best swim for him last night, but I gotta say, I saw him after his race. You wouldn't even know that he just had that swim. Upbeat, positive, ready for the next swim. So I definitely just think you get that one swim done. What's done is done. You're not going to
Absolutely.
look back. So I still think, Ryan Lochte's going to be in the mix for the rest of this meet.
Yes.
100 backstroke. Okay. This is going to be really a tight race, right?
Yeah, the men's 100 backstroke. This is one that I'm personally really looking
Yeah.
forward to. So we have Matt Grievers, our 2012 Olympic gold medalist in this event.
Right.
We have the two cowboys, the backstrokers, Jacob Pebley and Ryan Murphy, who are going to be looking to make their first Olympic team. But then we have David Plummer.
Right.
David Plummer has been on the scene for probably 15 years. He's never qualified for an Olympic Games. He swims in Minnesota. He's a father of two, and he actually posted the fastest time in the world this year about a month ago. So personally, I would love to see David Plummer get his hand on the wall in the top two tomorrow night, but that's going to be an amazing race.
I'm rooting for Plummer because they called him the old guy, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm the same age as Plummer. Nobody's old
He's
here.
in the 30 bracket. He's in
yeah,
the 30s.
we're in the 30s, okay, people?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. I always
you.
love getting your insight. You're so informative. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
3 swimmers confirmed their spot on the team last night, including 2 first-timers. For Maya DiRado, it's a dream that almost didn't happen.
I watched Missy Hyman win the gold medal in the 200 fly at Sydney, and then that following winter in February we went to Pac-10s, as it then was, up in Federal Way, and I got to watch her swim in her last year at Stanford. And at the end of the meet she gave me her cap, and I got to the car with my dad and my sister, and I just start crying holding this cap, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. And I get really embarrassed now when I tell that story, but I think it reflects just how into swimming I was and how much I looked up to those people. I was at a point in my swimming career where I was going to stop, and I thought I was done after my senior year of college, after NCAAs. I didn't think that I would ever swim beyond college, and then some opportunities came up and presented themselves, and I was maybe I'll swim through this summer, and then that summer went really well, so then I thought maybe I'll swim through next summer, and then kind of winter of 2015 I made a decision where I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. There's no reason not to. When else do you get the chance to pursue the Olympics? So I'm so glad I did that.
Maya, you are going to Rio. I got to see Maya for a little bit before she's about to race, and she seemed nervous, but in control. I made a comment like, I'm rooting for you. I hope it goes great. And she made a comment like, I just want to get this swim done. So I got to congratulate her last night, give her her award for making the Olympic team. And I told her, now's the fun part. You've made the team, just enjoy the ride. Now she gets all this this huge weight off her shoulders. So I think now she gets to just enjoy, have fun. So I think Maya's going to have a really impressive rest of her swim meet. Earlier, we heard from Russell Mark about Katie Ledecky. He also shared some technical knowledge you breaststrokers need to check out.
Take your mark.
Breaststroke is so much about how you move through the water between each stroke. It's having a great body line after the completion of the pull and kick for at least a fraction of a second. In this sequence, Katie Miley demonstrates 2 drills under the direction of women's head Olympic coach David Marsh, and then you see the full stroke put together. In both of the drills, notice the head position perfectly in between the arms, the flatness of the lower back, and the kick finishing in line with the rest of the body. Remember that breaststroke is not just about how much speed you generate with your pull and kick, but how you can effectively hold that speed between each stroke.
Thanks, Russell. All week long, we invite you to join the conversation by tweeting at us at #DeckPassLive. Share your questions. Who are you cheering on? And where are you watching from for us to share live on the shows. For all the latest news, videos, and photos, visit us at usaswimming.org. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to watch Ariana Cougars tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time, coming from you at Ling 9.